Congratulations to Australia. They win the Ashes. They take the series 4-1.
Let the celebrations begin for Australia. Great scenes. It is party time for the Aussies. They have worked so hard. They won the big moments, and they now have memories for life. A bunch of mates got together and got the job done. Why not two captains, co-captains if you like, holding the trophy aloft. I'm joined by Michael Vaughan and Mark Waugh, and yeah, it really, all the hype, all the build-up, 48 days ago this series started. It was sort of over in the blink of an eye to an extent, but this finishing touch for this Australian team, it's a group of players that are really creating a true legacy.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they've obviously won that World Cup. There's a selfie, Steve Smith producing with the team, but you know, they made World Test Championship finals. You know, I guess the big tonic for this group of players will be to get an Ashes series won in the UK, but they've been better than England, you know, across all the different facets. Every time the moment's been where you're kind of looking at both teams, who's going to win that key moment. Throughout the series, Australia have managed to win those key moments.
Yeah, it was almost this Test match, which was a fantastic Test, Junior, but it was a microcosm of the whole series, wasn't it? England, they had the upper hand. They'll look back and say, if only we nailed those moments, and by the end of it, it was a bit of a nipper.
Yeah, it was. I mean, England sort of, every Test match, they fought back when they were down and out, but they could not string two sessions together to keep the pressure on. You always felt if they could do that, they'll maybe sneak another Test match. I think 4-1's a fair reflection of the series. I mean, Australia are clearly the better team. I mean, the series was dominated by probably three players from Australia: Alex Carey, Travis Head and Mitchell Starc. Yeah, Steve Smith in this Test match, but they really stood out, and there was great contributions from Michael Neses, etc. England probably just lacked depth. You know, they had a few injuries along the way. Their fast bowlers broke down, which didn't help them. Then their batting, on paper, I thought England's batting at the start of the series was actually stronger than Australia's and more settled. But as it turned out, they just couldn't get the right mix between defence and attack when they needed it.
Well, it's been England's method. You know, this method over the course of the last few years, which has been exciting. And I think this series has been an entertaining series. I don't think it's had the highest quality of cricket that we've seen, but the method that England have produced, which has been questioned, has just not been good enough to win an Ashes series down under. I guess the disappointment from an England perspective that the talent is in that group, but when you come up against the likes of Mitchell Starc and Scott Boland, two incredible bowlers that relentlessly hit length, move the ball around and continuously run in, they've made it very difficult for the England batters.
Well, that roars for this man. Congratulations, mate. Victorious Ashes winning captain. It's 4 times in a row now. We were just talking about the squad depth. That must be one of the most pleasing aspects about this. Whenever someone was called in to do a job, they stood up and delivered.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, obviously the start of the summer, big Joshy was out. We knew Paddy wasn't going to play a huge part in the series, and everyone that came in, the bowlers did a tremendous job. Obviously, Mitchell Starc was sensational, and then supported by everyone that played, and then Slug in this game. Yeah. Played an amazing role in the first innings with the bat, and then with the ball came on and did a terrific job when it started to break up and get some spin out of that rough.
Smithy, what is it with the Aussies? Every time in the series there's been a moment, you know, it's kind of been flat, the game, you're thinking, go on, win the moment. I wanted England to try and win those moments, but it seems that Australia have always had that mentality. What is it with this group that makes you win those moments?
I think just recognising them and trying to play real time, not getting to a situation afterwards and saying we should have done this, we should have done that. Trusting what you're trying to do and do it to the best of your ability out there, and particularly in our home conditions, we obviously know them really well. We've got a great squad of players that have been good for, you know, a long period of time. I think the last 4 or 5 years, making 2 Test Championship finals, you know, that probably backs that up. We've just got a really good depth in our squad, and everyone that gets an opportunity takes it, and it's just been great to be a part of.
We talk about the big moments, Smithy. How important was Alex Carey's keeping in this series? I don't think I've seen better keeping, and he just put the pressure on. He took all the chances that came. How important a factor was that?
He was unbelievable with both bat and gloves. I think just the way he was able to go up to the stumps, in particular to the quicks. Those guys are bowling late 130s, almost hitting 140s at times, and he's just taking them easy. He works incredibly hard on it, and against this opposition, we thought that was a real threat, being able to keep them stuck on their crease and not allow them to dance at our bowlers. And he just did that so well, and the guys bowling to it just reciprocated and put the ball in the right areas.
He said, Alex Carey just said in an interview post-game that wasn't necessarily spoken about as a tactic leading into the series. Is that the case, or did you just sense a moment up at the Gabba was really where it started, wasn't it?
Yeah, we thought there could be moments where he could do it, more against Nessa probably than Baz, but he'd probably hate me saying that. But, Baz was getting the ball down they were both getting the ball down at late 130s, and, to have the ability to just stay in line and take those balls and get them when they go down leg was just outstanding.
And not misglove anything.
That was insane.
And take chances, brilliant.
Smithy, you've played 41 tests against England now. Where does this England side rank compared to some of the sides of the past?
No, I think they've got some really good players. I think Bethel obviously got an opportunity in the last couple of games, and I thought that was a really good knockout there, really composed, and it wasn't an easy wicket to bat on in that second innings with the cracks starting to come and a bit of rough and stuff as well. So, he played a really good innings, and it's tricky. Obviously a lot of their bowlers went down throughout this series, and none of their starters ended up finishing the series. So, as batters, that's probably a good job from us. But I think they've got a really good squad. They're great players, and they put pressure on you all the time.
And I mentioned 4 in a row. How much is 2027 in the UK incentivising this group of players?
Oh, I'm sure everyone's excited to go there and try and win the Ashes. It's something that I certainly haven't done in my career, and something I'd like to tick off. Whether I get there or not, it's a different question. But these guys are, the squad we've had over the last 4 or 5 years has been amazing. Yeah. So hopefully we can keep growing, getting better, and looking forward to that.
There's some nice golf courses in the UK. Surely you want to make that trip.
I'm well aware.
Well, that's about 15 months away, so that's a long time away. You've got some celebrating to do. Congratulations, mate. Thanks for joining us now, and enjoy everything that's about to unfold.
Appreciate it.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Well done,
Well played, mate.